Good day, everyone. Today, I will discuss to you about the cone of experience. This is your discussant, Maria Giselle M. Abang.
According to Edgar Dale, the cone is a visual analogy, and like all analogies, it does not bear an exact and detailed relationship to the complex elements it represents. The cone of experience. It is a visual model, a pictorial device that presents bands of experience arranged according to degree of abstraction and not degree of difficulty. It is also a pictorial device used to explain the interrelationship of the various types of audio visual media, as well as their individual positions in the learning process. The cone's utility in selecting instructional resources and activities is as practical today as when Dale created it. The cone is designed to show the progression of learning experiences from concrete to the abstract. The elements of the cone of experience are the two M's of instruction, namely the media and material. It guides the teachers in choosing the kind of instructional materials. I have here the figure of the cone of experience. Dale mentioned that humans can encounter different types of experiences. Each level of experience results in a different level of effectiveness as it relies on the process of knowledge. He has divided his model into three major categories, from the most abstract to the least abstract, as it travels down from top to bottom. From direct purposeful to dramatize is the inactive direct experience, which involves practicing with objects. For example, the students actually tie a knot to learn knot tying. This kind of experience involves concrete, immediate action, and use of the senses and body. From demonstration to recording, radio strips, pictures is under iconic pictorial experiences. It involves interpreting images and drawings. For example, the students look at the drawings, pictures, or films to learn to tie knots. Such experiences are once removed from the physical realm and limited to two or three senses. And the visual and verbal symbols are under symbolic highly abstract, which involves reading or hearing. For example, the students reads or hear the word tie and forms an image in the mind. Usually, in such experiences, the action is different and the experiences is limited to thoughts and ideas. Principles on the cone of experience. First, the cone is based on the relationships of various educational experiences to reality or real life. And the bottom level of the cone, direct purposeful experiences, represent reality or the closest thing to real everyday life. Another is the opportunity for a learner to use a variety or several senses, such as sight, smell, hearing, touching, movement, is considered in. Another is direct experience allows us to use all senses. Verbal symbols involve only hearing. The more sensory channels possible in interacting with a resource, the better the chance that many students can learn from it. Each level of the cone is base moves a learner a step further away from real life experiences. So experiences focusing only on the use of verbal symbols are the farthest removed from real life. Motion pictures or also televisions is where it is in the cone because it is an observational experience with little or no opportunity to participate or use senses other than seeing and hearing. Contrived experiences are ones that are highly participatory and simulate real-life situations or activities. Dramatized experiences are defined as experience in which the learner act out a role activity. Direct, purposeful experiences. It is the unabridged version of life itself, the direct participation with responsibility for the outcomes, and the basis for the most effective and lasting learning. This is also the first-hand experiences, which serves as the foundation of our learning. In teaching learning process, it is learning by doing. For example, working in a home shelter, tutoring young children. Contrived experiences. An editing of reality, substitute for confusing or unmanageable first-hand experiences, and easier to handle, manipulate, or operate. In here, we make use of representative models and mock-ups of reality. For example, conducting election of class and school officers, and mock-up of a clock, or making an analog clock. Topics under contrived experiences are the modules, mock-ups, objects, specimens, simulations, and the games. Dramatize experiences. Help get closer to certain realities that are no longer available at first hand. It is also the steering and attention getting. Participants learn to understand intimately the character he portrays, teaches cooperative work. It is also the reconstructed experiences, can also be used to simplify an event or idea to its most important parts. Other forms of dramatize are the plays, puppets, pageant, pantomime, and tableau. Demonstrations. Visualize explanation of an important fact or idea or process. May require nothing more than observation, or students may be asked to do what has just been shown how to do. This important fact, idea, or process is with the use of photographs, drawings, films, displays, guided motions. This is a great mixture of concrete hands-on application and more abstract verbal explanation. This is also showing how things are done. Field trips. Undertaken primarily for the purpose of experiencing something that cannot be encountered within the classroom. It is a rich experience in learning about objects, systems, and situations. These are excursions, educational trips, and visit conducted or observed event that is unavailable within the classroom. They watch people do things in real situations. Exhibits presents objects or process otherwise impossible inside the classroom. Exposure to new ideas, discoveries, inventions. May consist of working models, charts, and posters, but sometimes are for your eyes only. There are two types of exhibit. One is the ready-made, which includes the museum and the career fair, and the other one is the homemade, which includes the classroom project, national history, and National History Day competitions. Television and motion pictures. A solution to time and space constraints, provides windows to the world, effective for presenting movements, continuity of ideas or events, substitute for dangerous direct learning experiences. Television and motion pictures can reconstruct the reality of the past to effectively that we are made to feel we are there. recordings, radio, still pictures. Attention getting, particularly projected views. This is the concretized verbal abstraction, can often be understood by those who cannot read, lack auditory dimensions. These are visual or auditory devices which may be used by an individual or a group. Example, the Time Life magazine, listening to old radio broadcasts, and listening to music. The visual symbols. Chalkboard or whiteboard, flat maps, diagrams, and the charts are under this visual symbol. Fits the tempo of presentation of idea, topic, or situation. Very easy to procure and prepare. This is no longer involves reproducing real situation. This helps students see an idea, events, or process. Example, which I have mentioned earlier, the chalkboard, the flat maps, the diagrams, and the charts. The topics under visual symbols are the strips drawings, graphs, charts, diagrams, posters, cartoons, drawings, and the maps. Verbal symbols. Principal medium of communication. Bear no physical resemblance to the subject or ideas for which they stand, and may be a word for concretion, idea, scientific principle, formula, and philosophic aphorism. They are not like the object or ideas for which they stand. They usually do not contain visual clues to their meaning. Written words fall under this category. It may be a word for a concrete object or book, an idea or freedom of speech, a scientific principle or the principle of balance, and a formula like E is equals to mc squared. And that ends my report. Thank you for listening.